It's titled World War II stream, and it's too bad I did not have a uniform ready to go. That would be pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, hold up. And audio test, come on. And audio test, come on. It's not that loud, but I think we might be able to make it work. I'll wait just a second there, but hello everybody, welcome back to Ours Trains. My name's Corey, and in today's stream it is Sunday RUNDAY number 53. I titled it World War II on the O-Gauge layout. We have a lot of interesting little things that are taking place across the big O-Gauge layout today, which will guide you guys around in, but hope everyone is having a nice Sunday so far. New York Central Railroad fan was the first to come on in. Then after is my friend Dennis and Scale Train Boy. We got Joe, DNH 2906 Productions. So hopefully you guys are having a good time there. Oh yeah, I do have my Cooperstown shirt on. I guess I just happen to be wearing that today. I don't really have any. Well, I do have a World War II shirt, but I just got it, so it hasn't gone through the wash yet, and I didn't want to wear a wrinkly shirt or anything. So this is this isn't the closest thing. It's just a nice CACV shirt. But no, I did not hear the most recent news about them. You'll have to enlighten us, Joe. Coming in after is Southern Modeler 29 saying happy Sunday back at you. We got Drunken Pug coming in and said, hello Bob, what about me? But Bob is hanging out there with Uncle Sam Bear. Uncle Sam Bear looks like he's about to fall right off. Wait, hold on. Oh no, he is A-okay. We got Devon McKenzie and George GBR Trains coming on in. Hopefully you guys are having a good night, everybody. But yes, folks, we are. It's like the 1 week till Christmas. We are 1 week away from the big Amherst train show. If you're not in the northeastern part of the United States or New England, you're gonna have no clue what we're talking about. But most of my friends in chat here are very excited for the big Amherst show, including yours truly. I can't wait. It's like now more than ever, I'm like so hyped to go to the show because there's like so much fun stuff that's going to be happening, and I'm there for both days, so I really can't wait. And then if you are a big television fan and know the show Impractical Jokers, James Murray is also going to be there. I believe he's with the Pacific Southern Model Railroaders. I can't remember the name exactly of the club that he's there, but he is going to be there with the really big club that he's helped support. So he's going to be the biggest celebrity there. So I was about to say, like, well, I feel like a celebrity when I go around and everybody says, "Hello, I've seen you on YouTube. You're the R Train guy, right?" There's been a few times when people have gotten my YouTube channel name wrong. It does make me chuckle, I will say. But I'm being overshadowed by Murr. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. But I hope to meet him. It'll be a lot of fun. But yes, I know a lot of you guys here will be going to Amherst, so hopefully I might be able to see you there. So, anyways. Also going on, the big Lionel catalog came out a few days ago. Was it this past Wednesday, I think? And of course, this is going to be a crazy year because this is the 250th of the United States. So I'll show you guys in just a sec a little bit of what I was thinking about getting maybe from the catalog. I'm not too crazy about anything. Like I'll probably end up just getting a boxcar. But if you did look through the catalog, you will have noticed there was two DNH engines. With my budget right now, I'm leaning towards the cheaper of those two engines, but we'll go over that in just a few minutes. But yeah, again, hopefully everyone is having a good night so far. It's very snowy these past few days here. Friday, I don't think was really anything, but the snow was starting to come in. Then Saturday, at least if you're in the New York, Massachusetts, Vermont area, kind of around there, that's when the snow came in that day, and then today everyone's been like trying to recover from it all. So for all of you in the chat who still go to grade school, grades K through 12, man, don't you wish that snow just came a few days later so you could have gotten a day off. But anyways, let's see. Dennis says, my friends from the Oneonta area would enjoy your CACV shirt. They volunteered here from time to time. And yes, Amherst is a very big show. Let's see. Oh, Joe says they received a grant from the state to reactivate the Y and add tracks at Cooperstown Junction for storage of equipment. They will also upgrade the interchange at Norfolk Southern. That is awesome. That's very good. I think if I remember correctly, I don't think the SC&H got a grant this year around. I think we did maybe a few years ago or something. I can't exactly remember, but I know that very recent grants that have been going around to all these different railroads certainly helps. So very good to know. We got Caboose CH coming in right after, and IH Pro 2102 saying, hey all, hey y'all, back right at you. Gotta wear my cowboy hat. I gotta do a Western night one of these times, but the problem is it's yeah, I might do that next Sunday stream. Oh, I got the itchy nose again. But maybe if I do all like Southern railroads or something, I think that would be a lot of fun. So we got Randall coming in right after, and Ken Rose Jewel Railroad. Everybody's coming on in tonight. How you guys doing? I made sure to bring my Alco glass. I think last time, I'm a little below the line, below the T line there, but I think I remember mentioned last Sunday how I was like, I had a really cool Alco glass, and I didn't have it with me. So this is Southern New England Railroad, and then the other side says .Alco, and it has the old Alco logo on it there. Very nice. So I was like, why not bring that down this time around? So yeah. No, I did not see the D&H unit, Heritage unit. I did not feel like going out in the Foam Festival by any means to try and see it, because I know there was like probably 300 people out there. And then there was all this last minute stuff with when it was originally coming out this way, it died. So they had to put the Conrail Heritage unit in front of it. And then by the time they were going back west, they got it going again. And then I think it got to Chicago, then it died again or something. So the 1080... It's too bad they didn't make like the 1081 the D&H Heritage unit, because it seems the 1080 has been like cursed. It's gotten the D&H curse, if you will. So yes, since I don't see Isaiah right here, Dad is having to do the whole like button thing. But yes, if you're liking the stream, make sure to smash that like button down below. But anyways, friends, I'll show you guys what I'm thinking about getting from the catalog that just came out a few days ago. So since this is the big 250. I don't know why I close my eyes and I can think about what my grandpa was doing 50 years ago for the big 200. And I know there's several things I have in the collection here that are from the 200th, which is the Seaboard. I don't know the name of that U-boat. It's probably just like 1776 or something, or some number like that. But it was the oh shoot. I don't have it with me. It's back in the other room there. Oh, I can't remember the name, but it's I'm pretty sure it's the Seaboard U-boat with the caboose. So he got those two. Lionel did the whole 50 states thing, where they did a commemorative boxcar for every state, and it was all patriotic for the 200th. So he had gotten, I think, that whole train, but he only kept, by the time I came around, the engine, the caboose, and then the one New York State boxcar. The rest were all gone. So I don't know where I was going with that, but anyways, I could kind of keep him in mind. So like, if Grampy was around, I could see him totally being interested in something like this. So the first thing I saw, this is going to be really tricky because I can't see the screen no more, but I saw that Lionel is coming out with this Lion Chief D&H U36B number 1776. So I'm going to, hold on, I'm going to try and zoom here. So this is, one of their more O-gauge engines rather than O-scale, but I can't tell you the last time one of these was produced. It was probably the Atlas, but good luck finding the Atlas one. That was probably 20 years ago or something. So that's going to be really cool because it'll have all the sounds in it, and totally not biased at all. I think the D&H did a great job with that scheme there. So I'm hoping that the Amherst show, maybe they'll have that produced as like a little sample or something. So then I can kind of look it over and see, is this something I'm going to be really interested in, or is this going to be another $270 down the drain towards an engine that breaks 2 months later or whatever? Because I've not had very good luck with the command control engines, but I saw that, the D&H Bicentennial engine, and I love that one. It's such a classy locomotive, so that's very cool. They were also coming out with these 250 cabooses, which I thought were pretty dang cool. Like, I love that the wood sheed caboose has the official 250 on the side of it, of course, with the white bald eagle, which at a distance looks more like a white dove. So, I mean, hey, I guess that can kind of work too, God bless America. And Then I saw this. I love those little box cars they're coming out with. So they had one that had the whole declaration on the side of it, but I can't find it. So this was like the closest one I could find since. So, you know, maybe if I was to do the D&H U-boat, that caboose, and then this, that might be like maybe a cool combo. So there was a lot of other cool things in that catalog, which I think was kind of refreshing to see. Like, you know, some really cool engines that are coming around this time, which I think is a lot more of what people kind of want and all, versus other times where it's like, nobody cares about this. Like, I can't even think of an example, but you kind of get what I'm trying to say. So those are some of the things I was interested in. But if you did look at the, and also to clarify about the D&H engine, it actually was a U23 in real life, but the only tooling or modeling or whatever that Lionel has at the ready is a U36. Now, the last time I think about it, I don't know the last time anybody made a U23 in O gauge or O scale, if ever. So that's going to be something to play with. You know, it's going to look like one of these. Hold on. So, you know, it's going to have the handrails, the detail. This is a U, oh shoot, what are you? You're a U33 or something? Does not say on the bottom. I can't remember. 6-axle GE U-boat. But it's going to look a lot like this, you know, where it has the Lionel proportions and all. But I still think if they get the decals and colors right on it, it'll still end up looking pretty cool. Especially with all those sounds on it and the smoke and all. So that's something I'm definitely looking forward to. But in the catalog, they did another run of the Reading T1s. And, this is going to be tough. I get corrected on this about every Sunday because I always get them wrong. But was it D&H 21 or Reading 2102 was dressed up, I believe, as D&H 302. So they decided to do that version in the catalog. So I don't know how much money it was going to be. Probably like $2,000 plus. But they did have a version where, if I remember correctly, it's going to be the 2102, but dressed up in the D&H colors with the elephant ears on the side or smoke deflectors. And I can't wait to see how that comes out. They probably won't do the recessed headlight, which I wish they could, because that's what would make it look really good. And then I'd be like, okay, man, I might save up for a few years to get one of those, you know, in the secondhand market or something. But if they have the headlights sitting out front, which it did have when they first started doing it, it'll still be cool. But recessed headlight, oh my, chef's kiss beautiful. So, anyways, yeah. I can't, let's see. A lot of other comments have come on down the line since I last started my rambles, my Corey rambles. Dad says, how was the North Jersey trip? That's the other thing that's happened since you guys last seen me. I don't have any media at the ready or anything, but this past Friday, actually it was Friday, right? Or was it Thursday? Thursday. Winter break blends all together. Thursday, yes. So, this past Thursday, no, was it Friday? Okay, I don't know anymore. One of those 2 days, if I check my photos, it'll say. But I went to go see my good friend Joey, Train Whisperer Productions. I've known him since 2019. We first met at in September of 2019. It's the Strasburg Railroad when 611 first came down. We've been friends ever since. We've consecutively seen each other every year except 2022 since the big 611 event there. And a few days ago, I went down on January 15th to go see him. And Joey is what I like to call well, he's a train whisperer, but I like to call him the train master because, oh my God, he knows like every train that's moving and like every different railroad going around his neck of the woods, since he has so many friends in the rail fan and railroad world. So we went, I think I got there at like 9:20 or something like that. And I left like after 5 or actually I think around 6 or something like that. We saw a lot of different trains. We saw the New York, Susquehanna, and Western. Beautiful SD40-2. It was like 3048. It was a little local train moving cars around, and very friendly engineer giving us like, ba 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 ba, like he was like doing this, ba 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 ba, like on the horn or whatever. So Joey knew that crew, so they were kind to us. Saw a few CSX trains that were also going by in that part of the line. I can't remember where it exactly was though. But after that, we went to Hohokus, that station. I always find it funny because it sounds like someone's stuttering, like it's pronounced ho-hocus, but it sounds like someone trying to say hocus pocus or something. But so we went to that station. Between that and Waldwick, we caught a bunch of New Jersey Transit trains, one Norfolk Southern local, then chased him to Suffern, New York, then went back, caught what was it, the F40PH or whatever dash 2 4119 at a Tawaco station. It kind of sounds like taco. And then we went back to Ramsey to finish the day there. So a lot of fun, a lot of different trains, a lot of beautiful horns. I love those commuter trains, and there's like 5 chime, 6 chime horns or whatever. That was great. And then the biggest thing I'll get to in a few minutes. I have a lot of chat to catch up on. But yes. Anyways, Peter, Berkshire Mainline, says, Yo, Corey, fortunately can't stop for too long. Can't wait to rewatch and see you at Amherst next weekend. Yes, awesome. Yes, hope to see you there. Joe says, went out to see the 1080 and the 8098. Had a great chase compared to everyone else. That's good to know. Yeah, not too many people. That's good to have the spots, your secret spots, if you will. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you're. Oh, it was the Seaboard Coastline. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Wow, I still got a lot of catching up to do. Oh boy, I'm seeing everything there. Union Pacific Bicentennial Hopper, and yeah, that was cool. IH Pro says I have the chassis version of those U-boats. And then Matt says, I went to Strasbourg C611 2019. Yeah, I know. I hope, well, also the other big thing that's kind of been coming around since then is actually, I think we talked about it last week, but was the Big Boys eventual trip across the United States. So that'll be a lot of fun to see what it is. There's rumors in the railfan world, or leaks from Union Pacific, that it's going to come up to Binghamton or something, then maybe down to Scranton, Pennsylvania. So then they'll put the 4014 next to the 4018, which you're not going to be able to get into Scranton at all. Every rail fan, every person in that city is going to be right there at Steamtown watching those two big boys come side by side. That'll be the first time, if that happens, which I feel like it will. Why would Steamtown move the other big boy to the outside track there and shuffle their equipment around when this like open for, I don't know, it's like, it's like a little too, I'm probably going to be completely wrong. Big boy's probably going to go as far as Virginia, and that's it. They'll get the big boy they'll have the boat go to the B&O Railroad Museum. That'd be pretty cool, though. And then, the American Freedom Train, the #1 that just came out, that thing looks beautiful. I really hope I can see it sometime. So, there's a lot of happenings in the railfan world, or railroad world right now. So, it's exciting to see how 2026 is going to pan out with everything going on. But anyways, if you guys remember, if you were here last Sunday, I was telling you guys how I was going over to Hudson, Massachusetts to the American Heritage Museum to see their Battle of the Bulge experience. Well, that happened to be Saturday. They did both Saturday and Sunday, and like I mentioned probably about 10 minutes ago, we got snowed out on Saturday, which was perfect. I remember thinking days and like weeks and stuff beforehand. I was like, oh man, I hope we got some sort of snow or something, because I don't think there was any time from December of 44 to late January of 45 where there was no snow on the ground in Belgium. I think it was always snowy there, at least what I'm seeing in pictures and stuff. I'm not a historian professional for World War II by any means, but I think that's what I remember seeing and stuff. So anyways, as we pulled up on Saturday morning after the long drive the night before, of course, the event was sold out. There was so many people there, which was great to see. And I'm super happy because a lot of people at the museum were like saying, okay, we think this is going to be a regular thing from now on, which is awesome. It's great to see a big public turnout for these World War II events and stuff. But we toured the museum, which was phenomenal. Very nice. I believe it's a docent, I don't know. Tour guide, one of the gentlemen named Greg. I can't say his last name for the life of me. It's like Pomelio or something like that. But he was, very high ranking. And he was actually, if I remember correctly, he was in Desert Storm and then kind of in the whole Iraq conflict after that. And it was so cool to hear his stories from such a high ranking guy, like all about tank operations, because, he worked around tanks and first-hand stuff. But then it was really cool because he brought us over to one section next to a piece of the Berlin Wall, the giant Berlin Wall. He's like, yeah, that's my uniform in there. So how cool is it to see, an older guy like Greg and then point to something in the case, like, yeah, my uniform's in a glass case or whatever, which was pretty dang cool. It was his whole tanker's uniform with like the padded helmet and the goggles and stuff like that. So that was super cool. But and then I'll get to the best part in a minute. But then the actual experience in the woods, what they did was they had both the Germans and the Americans, like the actual Battle of the Bulge, set up in the woods behind the museum, and the only way you could get there was by taking an M3 half track out. So they drop you off in the German section, right by the little guard shack with the gate. So the German guys would unload you, and you'd wander around their section, see everything that was there. Then you'd travel down the narrow road and go over to the U.S. section, which wasn't too far apart or anything. I would probably say this was about the size of a football field, somewhere around there. That distance from end to end, which is pretty good. So, and it was kind of like a little gulch or something like that, where you have one kind of flat piece of land, a big dip, and then the other flat piece of land where the separate encampments were, and then the roads kind of dipped really down, and then it dipped really far off in the back. So it was like the perfect place for something like this. So I'll try to be quick, but I'm going to show you guys some of my photos. I got some iPhone video, but I love photography. I wouldn't say I'm a professional, but I'd say I'm a pretty dang good amateur. So these are some of the photos I got here. So this one is my favorite. These were a bunch of young guys about my age, a little bit younger it seemed, and big World War II buffs, and they had really good uniforms or gear and stuff like that. So there was, I believe it's a Chaffee in the background, that's the tank. So the way they were in their foxhole, or wow, it's actually a very big foxhole, but the way they were in their little trench, with all the snow on their gear, and the tank in the background, and the snowy woods, and I was like, okay guys, be like super serious, I love how that photo came out. That one's my absolute favorite, but that was the front, since it was nearby Bastogne, trying to take Bastogne. You see the front entrance there with the German gate, some of the other Germans there. And it was just breathtaking. It was, like I said in my write-up, it's like a time machine. You didn't know what year it was. And of course, since it's the American Heritage Museum, like the biggest place in the U.S. with like the biggest tank collection, they had several tanks there. They had I'm terrible at the German names, but I believe this is a Stug. But it's like a replica. It's not an actual one. It's not the full size either. Here's some of the more of the Germans in their trenches, which looks super cool. This one guy here, he was really nice. I can't remember his name. I think his name was Steve, but he was a German reenactor, kind of doing the radio transmission stuff. But he's also a big, I believe he was an 8-show scale model railroader, and he loves the, I think it's Southern Pacific or something like that, or Central Georgia, one of those two railroads he models. So a lot of World War II reenactors seem to like trains. So him and I got talking for a bit. So I was like, hey, can you pose at the wine bottle? So there's the M3 half track we rode in, coming in. Some more of the Germans at the front, and then the crosses, because you also have to remember so many casualties was during this conflict. So that was a very nice little, I don't know if tribute is the right word, but just a reminder of the heavy loss of life. There was an awesome tank wreck. It was like they took 2 sets of tracks, some flat metal, an engine block, and then they found, I don't know, this must have been the old top half of the tank. And they just kind of placed it all out there and collapsed it and then lit it on fire with wood to make it look like a burned out tank, which is super cool. Then we go over to the Allied side. So a lot of these guys I talked to, and I gotten some pictures of the GIs and some of the guys in the tanks. Oh my God, it's so cool. Oh, I loved it. It was great. The sign there. I'm trying to be quick because I don't want to bore you guys to death. But the camps were absolutely amazing. I mean, it was so cool. And then it was, I believe, about every hour, both sides would do a kind of like a squall, where they'd start shooting at each other with blanks, obviously, but to try and recreate what the kind of like a mock battle, if you will. So both sides would set up their guns and they'd start shooting at each other, and the troops would meet midway through, and of course the U.S. would win because that's how the actual history unfolded. But it was crazy to see all these big 50 cal machine guns, and then all the guys with their rifles and stuff. It was like, it's like listening to like the 4th of July fireworks or something like that. So there's the tanks pose, shooting that way. The tanks weren't on or anything. Well, actually the German one was, but they weren't shooting any rounds. They just kind of move them into position and use the machine guns on there. So I mean, 11 out of 10. I highly recommend, if you're a history buff and in the Massachusetts area, you gotta check out the events these guys do. This was probably only 30 reenactors on each side, if I remember correctly. I think for their Battle of the Airfield event in October, like it's like well over 300 reenactors, something like that. So those are just some of the photos I had gotten, and I had a fabulous time. So I reached out to some of the guys. I hope they can get back to me. I'd love to try and put together an impression, as I like to call it, you know, whole outfit and stuff of what you're looking at. So I would love to be a Army photographer in the Signal Corps. So that's what my grandpa, the one who got me into trains here, that's what he was during World War II. He never went overseas or anything. It was just kind of documenting stuff in the New York City area after he got out of training and all. But yes. Oh, oops, I guess I was holding it back too far. I only see the comment now. Sorry, Dad. But you get the idea. So that was awesome. I hope to put together an impression like that, and the more World War II events I go to, you know, I kind of look the part while I get pictures of the guys and stuff and talk to them, and hopefully I can make some friends in there and stuff. So yeah, that was so much fun, but the best thing was this. So at the event, I had no clue there was going to be a World War II veteran there. Let me see if I can pull up the picture. As we were going around, we noticed by the Pacific theater section was a lady who had the what's it called? It's like the I don't know. It's like that sort of it's like what you see the guys that like Krispy Kreme wear. You know, that type of hat. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember for the life of me. But anyways, though, she was wearing one of those hats, and then I see a elderly gentleman besides her who has a bunch of photos with him. And as we got to go up to him, it was World War II vet Castor Salami. So I'll show you guys the picture here. So this is him and I. And oh my goodness, he's like, he's just about to turn 104 if I remember that correctly. And like sharp as a tack. Like it's incredible. So that's the picture of him and I there. So he's super kind, you know, we got to laugh together and had a good chat. And he was, they had some copies that him and his daughter were handing out. Copies of original photographs. So I'll show you guys those photos there. But he gave these two to me here. This is, other way around. So this is his portrait here, which is again, you look at the image I just took of him, but the image here, I did a then and now photo of him. Like, hey, Cass, would you mind holding up a picture of yourself and this? So he looks incredible for being 104. And then this other one is a photo of him and a monkey. He was in the Pacific Theater, I think I said. And this was, what island is this on? I can't remember, but he was a part of the whole island hopping thing, and this photo I found really funny. I think it's in Rizal, if I pronounced that correctly. So this is March of 45, and then it's him with a little monkey by the camp there. So he was a sergeant in the artillery battalion, I believe, and of course his war stories are incredible, but being part of so many different famous battles like the invasion of the Philippines and all these other ones, and to still be alive to tell it with us, I love our World War II vets. I really do. So that was easily the coolest part of the day. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. So that I was not expecting at all. So to meet someone like that, you know, get a photo with him and then get his photograph and all, it's so special. And to have him sign it, I think on the back, what one did he write on the back? It was the To Corey, then he had his nice signature on it. Then my dad wrote on the bottom half of it, like the whole where I got it and stuff. So the greatest generation, 100%. So I decided now, since I'm coming off of that World War II high from the weekend, it's World War II on the layout. So I'm going to bring you guys around the layout, and I'll show you guys what we got going on. All right. So up here, Bob is next to Uncle Sam Bear. And then you can see the Uncle Sam ad, the I want you for the U.S. Army up there. I know I've done this before, but we have our little, it's actually all Pennsylvania Railroad too tonight. So if Burnsy's in here, here you go. We got the Pennsy 080, and he has the little military train. And I just got it working, the light up, the spotlight caboose. So it looks perfect for this train here. We have the iconic GG1 pulling a express passenger train for tonight. Let's say it's the troop train. And then we have I guess an express freight train. Can't really see it. It's just cars from the 40s on that side there. So gotta have the turbine pulling it. An iconic piece of Pennsy 40s action. We have the most festive crane ever with my World War II officer's cap on it. And then we have some of the 40s box cars there that Menards did, which is fun. Over here, if you're in the Albany, New York area, this might look a little bit familiar. We have the RCA Victor Nipper, Nipper the dog. He's on top of the two buildings there. And then we catch the little group of mini tanks heading up the hill. So we have the Sherman, we have the Tiger, the KV2, and then I'm pretty sure that's the Cromwell. I know it's British. Then, oh my goodness, folks, there's a battle midway on the layout. We got the King Tiger. I guess I didn't pay attention that I placed him next to the flammable Baltimore and Ohio car. So the Churchill and the military police jeep, they're having a fight. Whoever will win, man, that Churchill better not miss. So this whole, well, actually maybe that's the idea, but then the tower goes out with it. But he better not miss. There's a very dangerous fight going on there. And over here I brought my little flag, and then Churchill is he saying I go forward together. I guess that's my Churchill impression. So that's for it's like Mike Bender. British Mike Bednar. But anyways, that's, I guess, kind of what we got going tonight around the O-Gauge layout. So I'll do another minute of chat here, and then we'll start running the trades. But I was Churchill for 1 year. A few years ago on the SCNH, we decided to do a, what was it? It was like a 20s night thing, but I ended up wearing a top hat. And by the time I took my glasses off and did something like this, I did the piece, and I looked just like him. And I was also freshly shaven at the time. It wouldn't work with this now. And then we also do our 40s event at the SCNH, which is fun. So, yes. Anyways, a lot has happened since in chat. We had LGR coming in right after. Joe says, didn't the Pennsylvania Railroad have a top secret train hauling documents to and from Washington? Yeah, that only ran at night. I don't think it had any symbol or anything like that. And I don't know what else they did. I don't know if it was also how much railroads during the 40s participated in the whole blackout thing, you know, where they'd have like, I'm sure a lot of them did, had like the limited lighting and stuff like that so they couldn't be spotted from the air and all. So I'm sure Mark Felton Productions did a video on it. The #1 YouTube World War II guy. Yeah, I know. I kind of want to keep Nipper on the top of that. It looks it looks really good. Problem is, the little Nipper statue or coin bank thing is just a little too long, so it doesn't really sit on top of the building well. Maybe it might fit on one of these. But yes, that is very fun. I think the World War II Museum is part of the Gettysburg Museum, if I remember that correctly. And that's a good one. I think I've been to that, but oh my goodness. The two best ones, I think, in the United States got to be the National World War II Museum in New Orleans, Louisiana, and then, of course, the American Heritage Museum in Hudson, Mass. The amount of tanks there are so dang cool. Oh my gosh. It was great. CSX says, Corey, got myself a 2328, runs from 55 to 56, missing the fuel tank. Well, that's too bad, but still very cool you got it. I can't remember what one the 2328 is. I'm going to guess it's New York Central and or Pennsy. I think that's got to be somewhere in there, right? We got King Julian coming in after, saying hello, everyone. Well, hello right back at you. And Isaiah coming, and Dennis is back. Everyone's back, so how's it going today? Isaiah, my dad had to take your job while you were gone, so if you're liking the stream, everybody, make sure to smash that like button down below. We have a lot of fun here. Oh, it's a Berlin. Oh, okay, yeah, that's very cool. I love those GP7s and all, so that's very nice. So, yeah, anyways, I'll give it another minute or two here and do a little run around with the trains and stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be... I would have, again, worn something. Like, I would have put on my private's hat or something like that. But with the long hair, when I put the hat on, my hair just, like, flails out to the side. Like, I look like... I look like a crazy man or something like that instead of clean-shaven soldier or whatever. So I was like, okay, guess I'm not wearing my private's cap or whatever, or garrison hat or garrison cap, whatever they call it. Am I right? Let me hold up. Let me do a fact check. Garrison cap. That's it. Okay, man. So this is the hat I was talking about earlier that I couldn't name. I called it the Krispy Kreme hat, but the Garrison's cap. That's it. Yes. So I would have worn again one of those, but my hair's a little long right now, so it wouldn't quite work with that. Maybe a week from now that might work better. But then again, a week from now won't be World War II stream now, will it? So yeah. Anyways. Yeah, this is an interesting time, if you will, because, again, if you're coming right back in, the hype for Amherst is only growing. I know, again, a lot of people who are just coming in now are going to be going to the Amherst show, so it'll be, hopefully get to see you guys there. I've got a lot of business to be conducting, if you will, and all, so I will be a busy man. I have so many people to say hi to, especially some of you guys are in the chat here. Some of you aren't, but I don't. There's I think I have about 30 people I have to see, something like that. Friends who work at different scenic railroads, friends from the channel, subscribers, and people I know from different railroad clubs, and I will be Mr. Popular, if you will. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I can't wait. But, so yeah. But, schedule it, can't go, Joe. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, I hope it's not going to be inclement weather, because this past Saturday was quite a surprise. Again, I wasn't thinking there'd be any snow, and then perfect weather for a Battle of the Bulge event. So I remember a few years ago, I think it was a 2021 or 2 or something like that. I think it was 2021. There was a big snowstorm, and it was awesome because there wasn't that many people there for that first day, so I got to just enjoy the whole thing without too many people in the way. So I kind of shocked, because that's some of the things that I always haven't liked about Amherst was the 20,000 people that'll go there, and it's sometimes impossible to try and get the booths you want to go in because there's a million different people. So I either have to wait for a spot to open up or say, I'll come back another day or another time. So it was crazy because there was probably only 1/3 the amount of people who would have been there that were actually there. So it wasn't like a ghost town. It was really dang quiet. So it was a very peaceful shopping experience, if you will. So, yeah, really. But, yeah. So, I don't know quite else what to say besides that. I know my dad told me a whole bunch of things. Like, okay, Corey, make sure you talk about this and this and this. Like, okay, yes, got it. And I think I might have mentioned it all by now. So, I think we should get to running some fun trains. So, you have to give me a minute here, friends. I got to get everything running at the right speeds. As I've also noticed, I say anyways a lot, and I also do jazz hands a lot. I don't know why, but I think I've been pretty good this stream by not saying anyways too much. If you watched last week's Sunday Runday, I said it so many dang times I was about to crash out. It was crazy. So, anyways, let's get into running some trains. Oh, is the Greenberg show coming up? Yeah, and then what was that? The Utica show just happened and all, I think, something like that. So it's the winter season. It's a big time for model trains. So anyways, okay, I think I got them all. Okay, that's good. Let's get everything going. The turbine just loves to go slow. That's good forward. Something's getting up. Oh, yeah. You're good. You're good. You'll be good. Oh yeah, there it is. The 56 is way up there. Dennis, you'll have to let us know what the Rochester RPM is, because I've heard of it, but I can't remember very well in it. LGR, that's a good question. I'm going to say it's probably off a late 60s, mid 60s Ford, but if there's any Ford guys in here who might know a little better, please do let me know. Maybe this might be early 70s, I'm not sure. That'd be something. running trains while also watching the stream. But you guys will have to let me know what train is your favorite here. I'm obviously going with the one on the top loop because that has all the cool equipment with it. But again, we got the GG1 pulling the express train there, the troop train. We got the 080 that's pulling all the equipment. And look at that awesome post-war caboose now going. That thing is sick. And we got the turbine again pulling a mixed freight, which is all war goods but disguised. Sure, that's my way to get around it. Sweet. Very happy I got it working. I had to bend the wheel back into shape. All right, Dennis says it's a railroad proto-meet. Basically a social event over the course of a weekend where people come and display their models, completed and in progress, with clinics and in Rochester and layouts as well. Very cool. Oh yeah, I forgot, Isaiah. The narrated passengers, yes. I think he's gonna have a tough time jumping on. I don't think that train makes any stops at the town of Big O. Yep, they are the really baby Madisons. They're tiny. One of those Madison cars, like full scale, would be about the length of two of them. Very cool. Looks like nothing has happened so far in our tank battle. They might both be out of ammunition. Yeah, that's O-gauge track being funny. No matter how many buses we put under this layout, they still like to do that. Wherever we don't have a bus, or if it's just a little too far apart, what I had predicted happening was that maybe we might have had a bus wire around here at some point. Maybe it died, which is why the train slows down and then picks back up. But I kind of don't mind because it looks like it's slowing down for the station. Yeah, it is that Patrick line. He's standing there menacingly. But yes, it kind of moves. This is, I think I got this from the Saratoga Military Museum. And at one point, it had batteries in the bottom where you could turn it on and the tank would move at one speed. What is this produced by? New Ray? Something like that? Okay, you get back in there. You'll have to defend the tanker car. I really like these because they're, I think they're a Rail King if I remember correctly, but my goodness, they did a bang-up job with them. They look really good. You can say it's Morse code.
Sadly, there's no marker on that Pennsylvania observation car, no drum heads, so you can't really, well, actually, I guess it kind of helps me in my favor because then it's not limited to, like, the Keystone Limited or whatever. I wonder if you were to put a song, like caption this with a song, would it be? It'd probably be like some, dun, 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 like some March song or whatever, I don't know. Matt, I got no clue. Let's just say 32. I think that sounds right. For some reason, that number comes to mind when asked about the locomotives, which compared to someone like Eric's O-gauge trains is absolutely nothing. Isaiah says, if you have to choose a set from pre and war Lionel, which would it be? Oh, well, we're going pre-war Lionel. I'd probably do the standard gauge Blue Comet. That thing is epic. But if we're doing O-gauge, then it'd probably be the Red Comet. I love that thing. Like the stream for Bob. Bob and his friend. But there's a lot of good standard gauge engines, I tell ya. But it'd be a steam engine. It'd be like the 242s or whatever, you know. Those things are sweet. But I've always wanted standard gauge. I just wish it wasn't so expensive and or didn't take up so much space. Like, this layout would be nothing for standard gauge. Those trains would be so big. Well, I'm gonna try something I haven't tried in a long time. All right, night run. Ooh, that looks good. Haha. Dude, sweet, Dennis, that is awesome. I didn't know they made it standard gauge Commodore Vanderbilt. It'd have to be like a S gauge, standard gauge switching layout. Yes, please do. And I did get your text earlier, Dennis. I think you sent it like at 6:59, right as the stream was about to start. Dad, it's not the graveyard. We just gotta get those drawers built. Oh, yeah, I've seen the standard gauge Hiawatha. Hey, well, you never know what Amherst brings. Maybe I can somehow get a deal of standard gauge, which I doubt is going to happen. Those guys selling those trains are like $7,000. I know just like the car guys. I know what I got. Oh, LGR scale trains is awesome. I really hope I can pick up some of their engines and stuff soon. I think I have a few scale trains rolling stock pieces, but I just think they're a good brand. Ooh, a standard gauge Trainmaster. That's sweet. Talk about an iconic engine. I would love a Chicago and Northwestern standard gauge, or not standard, an O gauge Chicago and Northwestern Trainmaster. Yeah, the baggage car for some reason likes to do that. It has very thick flanges, so it's a rough ride if you have any baggage in that baggage car. I should have put on some 40s music, but I'd get copyright strike. Well, the standard gauge is kind of close to G scale, so it'd be a very similar size. Sadly, I didn't have enough 40s Pennsylvania trains to fill up everything, so we have an empty loop tonight. Although if I see any cheap cars at O gauge or at Amherst, I'll definitely pick some up, like military cars. Yeah, isn't that it's the same one who makes these shelves. Glenn Snyder, something like that. Snyder shelves, something like that. That probably would have worked better with some light. All you guys saw was a headlight. What I love about that little searchlight is that number one, it works, and number two, it's positionable, or however you say it. Okay, I'm gonna try this here so we can point it the other way, so I can point it in if I wanted to. Uh-oh. I guess the contacts must need to be cleaned. Let's try this again. Come on. Okay, well, I guess it just likes to project out. I can't really get it to work going the other way. I guess it's a work in progress car. Well, I'll get it later. Okay, yes, I'll definitely check it out. Thank you. I tell you, the whole basement smells like smoke.
can try and have that one crawl in the background, but I think it's going to get stuck. Yeah, it'll just be a little too noisy. Wow, that turbine's a good smoker. Okay, I think we're all back. So Matt says, got a question. Does your 681 have original smoke pellet unit or a modified liquid smoke unit? I'm going to assume it's a modified liquid smoke unit because I've always used liquid smoke with it, and it does great. Although, watch, it's pellets, and I'm actually ruining the engine. Because the gentleman I bought it from, I thought it said something about smoke fluid, but it's a great smoker, and I've had it for like 5 years now. I've always used smoke fluid with it, and it does good. So I can't say anything else. Yeah, the light looked amazing, and then it went out. Silly little searchlight. It's not a very powerful searchlight either. It's like those old lanterns where you can only see like 2 feet ahead of you. Yeah, you know, Iron Horse Pro, I kind of agree. He says I have the Lionel, that's a tongue twister. Lionel, Lion Chief, Pennsylvania 080. But the conventional is better, no digital boards to short out. Well, I know all the modern engines still have some sort of little circuit board in it or whatever, but all just the conventional, no fancy features and stuff like that. It's kind of nice, so you know, there's no fear of it shorting out or something. But yes. As far as I know, Bob uses smoke fluid in all of the steamers that he runs at the... Oh, I thought you were talking about my Bob. And I'm like, yeah, Bob uses smoke fluid. Bob, do you? You want a hit? I'll go put it by you. You can use it when we turn the camera off. It's his favorite drink. Don't try this at home, kids. But yes, next Sunday there will obviously be no stream because I will be on my way back from Amherst, and it's going to be a long drive. The drive from Hudson, Mass, I think was about 3 hours or something like that, but I didn't have to do the driving. This time I will, so it's going to be a little bit of a long... Yeah, it does. That would be cool, a little pipe for him. This is suddenly like turning into Ars Train's Q&A, and I'm all for it. If you have any questions, please send them in the chat. I love the... So there won't be a stream next Sunday, but let's see. Yeah, yes, president of your club. Yeah, got you, Randall. I got that by now. Southern Modeler says, I have a question. Is that industrial switcher, the red and white one on your shelf, an Atomic Energy Commission one? No. This is just a little, number little 56, the mine transport, but I can kind of see how you might think it. So, but I love this little guy. It's very great. So, believe it or not, it's TMCC. So it works conventional, but it also works on TMCC layouts. So I did a YouTube video, I think last year on it, where I brought this little guy to a local club layout that I know of and ran it around there. But problem is, since it's such a light little engine, it can only pull like 2 cars before it can't get up the grade anymore. So it's great for flat switching and all, but going up a hill, you'll have to do a very light load with it. So, Isaiah says, I don't know if you saw the message, but the maker who makes the multi-gauge racks and the standard gauge FM Trainmasters are made, it's an indie company called Train Makers. All right, well, I'll have to check them out. Dennis says, meanwhile, I'm installing an ESU sound decoder on an old Cato RS11 before Springfield. Oh, is that the Lehigh Valley one you were working on last stream? If you don't know, folks, N-Scale Train Boy, my friend Dennis. I don't know if you're going to be doing it tomorrow or Monday or anything, but Dennis does late night, I like to call them late night streams where he weathers and does all that stuff. So most recently last week he was working on, you were working on your engine, right? I believe it's a Lehigh Valley RS11 that he's trying to make like it's a Conrail patch, but instead of it being a Conrail patch, it's his own fictional railroad. You know, what's the name to it? It's like the something in Colucci Creek Railroad, right? Started with the B, but I can't remember what the B was for. But it's like B and C, C, R, R, I think. something like that. So Dennis is trying to make that engine look like a Conrail patch out, but instead of the Conrail patch out, it's his road name on it. So it's very cool. There, the Balfour and Calucci Creek Southern. Now it's a, okay. I knew there was like an S in there somewhere. I'm like, wait, shoot, where was the S? So yeah. So if Dennis, if you do a stream tomorrow, that'd be a good time to let us all know. Maybe if some of you guys are what do you call it? Owls, late night. What's it? Night owls, something like that. Then go head on over. It's a lot of fun because usually when when Dennis does his streams, I use his streams as like a podcast where I do my work and chat and kind of watch back and forth while I do my things. So I guess if you're doing that right now with me, where you're working on that engine while you're watching my stream, we've like come complete circle or something. Randall says I got a pair of Walters SD70s that I'm painting in Frisco colors if the weathering and scheduling can cooperate. Did Frisco ever have any wide cab engines? I know they kind of made it a little round later, right? Did they have Max or anything like that? I can't remember. But I know they didn't make it that far. I don't know. I don't know much about the old Frisco. New York Central says, Corey, when you go to Amherst, check out JR Junction Train and Hobby, but they'll have some nice O-scale custom engines. Well, that means I'll have to look, but I won't be able to buy. Whenever I hear O-scale and custom, that's like, okay, I don't think I can afford it, but that's some of the coolest stuff, though, is those custom engines that I see in booths like that and other ones, and all. Then it says, I don't know if I'll be doing tomorrow. Actually, I'll probably be helping my girlfriend move into her new place out in Connecticut. Might do one Tuesday night instead. Oh, okay, a Tuesday night stream. Gotcha. Well, no pressure by any means. I was just curious. Randall says, Frisco never made it to that era. The Burlington Northern absorbed them in 1980. Oh, so they were very close. They were very close to making it to wide cab time. CSX says, I recommend the 51 and 41 switchers, which I believe are very similar to yours. Southern Modeler, another great question. I love the questions. Thank you. It says, what's your favorite modern day passenger equipment company? Oh, shoot. Metro's really good, but it's got to be New Jersey Transit. I've chased New Jersey Transit so many times now since 2020, I think. So 6 years. 6 years now. Oh, ouch, I didn't like that. But yeah, whenever I go down to see my buddy Joey, I always see New Jersey Transit in Bergen and was it Suffern also a county as well as a town? I can't remember. But in the Bergen County area around there. So it's so much fun. Oh, okay, hold up. Now I just got to play a video of one of those engines go by. I have it right here. So it was great. Oh, I love those. I love the F40s. They're great. Let's see. What's a good one? I think this one right here is pretty epic. I love those Jeeps. You guys will get a kick out of this. I'd love to find one of these and let me get the whole. Oh, it's so great. So it's 4206. This is a kind of funny way I have to show it, but this is the second to last train I caught. And listen to the horn. And I love all the commuters walking off. Oh, peak. And then one last long one. Oh, it like sends chills up my spine. But it was a very short little passenger train. So that was right in Ramsey. So I love the New Jersey Transit. It's so cool. Oh, you can hear my own commentary right at the end. Well, I don't commentate like Big Beautiful Bednar does. So, but then what's your favorite Southern? Do you have a favorite type of modern? How about chat? What do you guys think? Iron Horse says, Corey, I remember my friend Colin. Oh yeah, Colin. Yep. Got you on camera at Amherst. Yes, and then didn't I say in the video, like, oh, I didn't know you were recording. Something like that. Yeah, yep. It's very cool. Oh, I'm sure you'll see me there. You can't miss me. I'll have my Orange Trains gear on again. Randall says they were close enough to have actually ordered GP50s, with one arriving to the BN in full Frisco paint and specs, but carried a Burlington Northern number. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Dennis, I had a feeling you'd like Metro North. So, Isaiah says there's a rail line not far from where I live. Although it's mainly CSX territory, occasionally I do see some Amtrak trains go by. So, very cool. Then Southern says my 28-inch by 7 feet layout is a small commuter operation looking for some equipment / ideas. I love the Chicago commuter scene. You know, the big Chicago station. I don't know what that street is where the tracks go over each other, where it's like the 3 tracks on the bottom and the 5 tracks on the top. Oh my goodness. If I had like a, I would recreate that scene in O scale, but it wouldn't really be with any Metro stuff. It'd just be with my O gauge trains. It'd be a big station and then like 4 tracks on the top and then 3 tracks on the bottom, with the trains then going around the basement. Something like that. Oh man, that'd be so cool. I would love that. So to make like a little mock commuter scene, something like that. So maybe you start at the top of the layout and then it slowly goes down, then it loops back around, then it goes under, and then you loop back up to the top of the station. So it's kind of like a big figure 8, if you will. That'd be cool. Oh, so Andrew says, what is your take on the Metro North Albany extension? I think it's awesome. I love to see the River Line becoming a little more competitive again. So if those who, well, most of you who aren't in the upstate New York train scene, Metro North is going to be coming all the way to Albany. I think now, where do they currently end? Poughkeepsie, something like that? So an Amtrak is the rest of the way up to Albany. But it's awesome seeing another passenger service come up this way. So in terms of rail fanning, it'll make it a lot of fun. Oh, Joe has to be heading out. All right, Joe, have a great night. Thanks for swinging by. So Athearn is going to be doing those GP50s. Very cool. When I was a little kid, my grandpa, I believe, well, I don't exactly remember what it was, but Lionel made some plastic, like, I don't know, it was like a plastic GP7 that had 4 wheels. It was like a little like push toy or whatever, and you'd press a button on the top and it made a sound. It was a little Frisco GP7, and then it had like 2 freight cars and then a little caboose or what they, and it didn't run on track or anything. It was just a little push toy, but I swear I remember it was in the red and white Frisco scheme. You can't forget it. So that was cool. So if that's the paint scheme I'm thinking about, then that GP50 would look pretty cool in it. Southern Modeler says, low key, I like the Bright Line and New Jersey Transit. So, well, the Hoboken scene is an awesome one. I hope next time I go down to see my buddy Joey, we can get over to Hoboken, because seeing all those trains there, all of those, you know, it's just so cool. And then, you know, it's sun kind of shines in. It's not like one of these underground stations and all. So see all these trains just coming in and out, and then all these old engines and old cars come in too, and the old New Jersey Transit Comets from like the late 70s or whatever, those old Comet cars. Oh man, it's sick. I love it. Dennis says right now it's just to Poughkeepsie. Hopefully they'll be successful on the Albany extension and the tracks stick around, maybe expand. That'd be great if it went to Saratoga. Oh my goodness, Saratoga needs it. That station is so quiet. It's just like 3 or 4 Amtrak trains a day, which is actually pretty good compared to some places I know. But still, Saratoga is very quiet. I'd love to see Metro. Oh, that'd be so awesome! I'd love to see them come north. Come north to like Mechanicville. Oh my goodness, big opportunity right there. Saratoga to Mechanicville, to Albany, or like kind of like the Watervliet area or whatever down that way. Kind of like what the D&H used to do. Andrew says, well, I think it's going to be a historic run when it debuts, since there hasn't been another train operator, since Amtrak came in the early 70s or whatever. So if I remember correctly, I can't remember what year the D&H cut passenger service from like Albany to Saratoga via Mechanicville, but it was in the early Amtrak days when they started doing that. So yeah, but anyways, if you guys got any last questions, now would be a good time to shoot them over my way. I always have a few last minute questions, but I'm going to be starting to tie down some of the things going on here. Seems the tank battle was like I say, a ceasefire. Nothing has happened over there. And the little HO scale tanks never made their way up the mountain. Oh, how sad. So, but yeah, I guess can't wait for Amherst. I'm super pumped. Again, I know a lot of you guys in the chat. I'm gonna hopefully see over there at the show. It's gonna be a lot of fun. There's a lot of big things that are gonna be happening. So yeah. Anyways, it's kind of like what they say at weddings: speak now or forever hold your peace. So I'll wait a few more minutes, but if you got any last minute questions, please send them my way. I love new questions. It's just like when I work at the SCNH as a conductor, where people send the questions over this way. It's so much fun. So yes, but what else was I gonna say? So I know I said it last week that I had videos coming out. I got them filmed, so I just have to proof them, and then they'll be out this way. So we have Train Shenanigans, which is running trains with my friends here. We have parts 1 and 2. I got the first episode of Railroad Antique Showcase also on its way. That's my Alco collection. So we're starting with all the historical Alco things I have. And then there was one other video I had. Oh, it's Christmas Town, my little O-gauge train layout. That was supposed to come out last year and it didn't. So now it's coming out this year. So we got 4 videos at least on the way out, or on the way out the doors. So let's see. Rose Jewel says, "What's the crowns for in chat? I didn't know there was crowns. I see a little heart here. I think I can spam the heart button if you guys can see that there. Everyone can spam the little confetti buttons. Yay! So happy and yippee! So happy fun times." Okay, yeah, everyone found the little buttons there. There you go. That's great. I see streamers do that where they'll have those little buttons on it. Like, alright, everybody, spam 100s in the chat. Spam W's in the chat, or do whatever. Or they'll have their own little stickers. I know some guys on YouTube have their own little stickers and stuff that they post where it's like, why is it the shocked one? It's like the, who's spamming that one right now? But some people have little stickers and stuff like that. I wish I could do, it's a little bit tricky. I wish I could do that, but those are like the big guys. So I don't know what crowns you see, Ken. NYC says, if I'm correct, JR Junction will be located in the Young Building. Okay, very cool. Southern Modeler says, does Littleville see passenger trains run through? Yes and no. For lore's sake, we'll say that passenger service was discontinued in Littleville after World War II, so never saw the 50s. Okay, let's say passenger service was discontinued in 1955 or whatever. So mid-50s, but occasionally the DNH will run those excursion or railfan trip trains, or what's it? Like the office car specials through. But it's very hard because Littleville can barely fit a passenger car around those very tight curves. Again, if it was like another foot wider, if it was an N-scale layout, then you'd have plenty of room there with the 4 foot wide. But when you have HO scale and a 4 foot wide, the curves get pretty tight. And especially with O scale or O gauge, it gets pretty tough. So anyways, folks, it's been another good stream. Thank you all for hanging out with me for a little bit. Again, no stream next Sunday as I'm coming back from Amherst, and then it will be a little bit tough to see kind of the content making and doing streams and stuff, because I'll be starting school again. It's my last semester, senior year, spring, so I'll be graduating this May. So I have my plate full this time around, although I'm not on campus every day. I'll still have several classes and another internship again, and hopefully I can find a good job, good paying work as I go about this semester. So anyways, a few more messages coming in. Dennis says, just saying, Littleville could probably have an RDC if you wanted to make a DNH one. I don't know. It'd be great if it was a B&M one, because they totally had those, but a DNH RDC. I'm surprised they never tried that out with how tight the money was on the DNH and the passenger days and stuff. But yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's stream, and yeah, I will see you all in the next video / live stream / whatever I do. So stay tuned to the channel. I'll be doing some posts in my little post section, and you guys will see the premieres. It's not like I'll just upload a video out the blue. You'll see some premieres and stuff, so you'll see the videos coming along their way. But we'll probably start it with Train Shenanigans Part 1. That'll probably come out this week first, and then next week will probably be the Railroad Antiques thing, and then Train Shenanigans Part 2, and then we'll get the week after, probably the Christmas Town, that video up and stuff. So we got some content coming on down the line, which will be a lot of fun. So yeah, have a great rest of your night, everybody. Have a great week. If you're going to the Amherst show, keep an eye out for me there. I'll probably either be wearing my R's Trains shirt or definitely my R's Trains beanie, or I don't know, something with the R's Trains logo on it. So keep your eyes out for me. I'll be there both days, but I'll be packing light. You know, I won't have my Canon with me. I'll just have my phone, and I'm probably, I don't know if I'm going to do a video or not. I just like to enjoy the show instead of having to hold the tripod around like, okay, I have to film this layout, this layout, this layout. So, yeah. But, yeah, have a great week, everybody. And I'll stay tuned, and I'll see you guys down the line. Have a good one. Now it's the ending the stream part. That always takes a second. I can go over to Bob. I never finished my iced tea, did I? But we can go over to Bob, and Bob, but we still need to find Bob another arm. But wave goodbye to everybody, Bobby. Bobby boy.